What's the farthest you've ever gone on a field trip? 10 miles? 50 miles? What about 80 years? Visiting Shawnee Town is like getting into a time machine and going back to 1929. You'll get to go into a real house that was built over 100 years ago. You'll see all sorts of stuff your great-great-grandparents might have had when they were your age. And you'll see some stuff that you might have in your home right now. And Shawnee Town isn't a museum that puts all the cool stuff behind a display either. Shawnee Town lets you touch things, lets you feel what things really felt like in the 1920s. But be ready to get dirty. In the spring, we'll need your help to get all the crops planted in the garden. If you visit in the fall, you'll help pick those same crops once they've grown and are ready to eat. Shawnee Town is really a truck farm, which means the family that lived here, the Decaneys, not only grew their own food, but they also grew food to sell in Kansas City to restaurants and grocery stores. The Decaneys didn't just grow crops either, which means somebody has to feed the chickens. And after all the hard work, someone is going to have to do the laundry, the old-fashioned way. There are all sorts of fun things to do at Shawnee Town. You might talk about where your family comes from, or see how the Decaneys would decide what to sell at the market. You can hear the music that everyone listened to back then. And you might talk about the famous musicians and celebrities from the 1920s. You'll discover that in 1929, most houses didn't have electricity, so their lights were oil lamps. But how did the refrigerator work without electricity? And why do some people call a refrigerator an icebox? But most importantly, Shawnee Town is about having fun. Be ready to get your hands dirty during your field trip in time at Shawnee Town 1929.